We're fixing two on there.
Hi, my name is Rachel Odima with a program called What's Up America. We're in Town, Arkansas today at the Grape Festival. Today we're going to do pot stuff. We are going to interview a few people who are having their pasta dinner. As you can see, there is a humongous line. Hi, my name is Rachel, and I have a guest here. What's your name?
Adam Finley.
Did you enjoy your pasta?
I did. It was delicious. Best pasta in Northwest Arkansas by far. So yeah, the chicken's awesome as well.
What did you have with it?
Well, there's the chicken. You get the fried chicken. You get 2 pieces of chicken. You get the pasta. You get the amazing dinner roll. Yeast rolls. They're awesome. And then the salad too is great. I mean, I look forward and enjoy this meal more than I do Thanksgiving too. So it's a pleasure every time I come. I'm always excited to come to Grape Festival.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks a lot. Have fun.
You too. Hi, I have a guest here today. What's your name?
Sheila.
Did you enjoy your pasta?
Oh, it's delicious. The spaghetti and chicken, spaghetti and chicken's all really good.
What did you think about it when you first put it in your mouth?
Oh, it's just delicious. It's the best spaghetti ever. They make special thin noodles that makes it really good.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks.
Did that help?
Hi, I have a guest here. What's your name?
My name's Wendy.
Did you enjoy your pasta?
We loved it. This is our second night. We came Thursday night too.
What was your favorite part?
The spaghetti, of course, because those ladies work very hard.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Rachel, and I have some guests here. What's your name?
Chloe.
Vic.
Jenna.
Jason. Mike.
What do you guys think about the pasta?
It was good.
It was cool. It was good.
I thought it was really good.
Very good. Yeah, great portions.
I like the chicken too. Chicken was delish.
Anything else?
I got 2 salads and grapes.
The grapes are good.
Grapes are good.
Thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
It was great. It was a lot of fun.
Hello, America.
He's like, I'm not keeping any of that.
To work with your dad. Did you know that? No. No, this is Rachel.
Hi, my name is Rachel. What's your name?
My name's Ed.
My name is Debbie.
What did you think about the pasta?
I love the pasta.
It's very, very good.
Thank you. Hi, what's your name?
Joanne.
Jeff.
Bessie.
What did you think about the pasta?
Oh, it was great.
It was really good.
Really good for being homemade spaghetti. We waited in line for a while, but it was worth it. It was well worth it.
Anything else you want to say?
Jeff?
What?
What do you want to say?
What do you want to say?
This was the first time at the Grape Festival to have the spaghetti. It was really
that we actually had this.
Coming out here for about 20 years, and this is the first time we actually ate it, and it was well worth the line. It was good.
We enjoyed it.
Thank you for coming.
So welcome.
Thank you.
Thanks, dear.
Hi, what's your name?
Nathan.
Did you enjoy the pasta?
It was delicious.
Anything you want to say?
It's good times.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Rachel. I'm here with a program called What's Up America. Today we're in Town, Arkansas, interviewing a guest here. She's going to show us about pasta. There was a lot of people that were making pasta that had pasta and really loved it. Would you like to tell us your name?
My name is Francis Franco.
Would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I was born and raised here in Conning County, and so I've been working at the Grape Festival for many, many years. And every year I come and help make pasta for the festival.
How did you get involved with making the pasta?
Well, when you live in Conning Town, you just naturally kind of get involved because it takes a lot of people to make enough pasta for the Grape Festival, for the people to eat and for what we sell at the Grape Festival. So it's almost everybody gets involved one time or the other.
I thought it was cheaper I thought it would be cheaper to go to the store and buy those and then just the other ones and just cook it.
It might be, but it's not nearly as good. Because the one that you buy at the store is basically flour and water.
Wow.
Ours is not. Ours is eggs and flour.
Can you share some recipes, or not recipes, but ingredients?
The ingredients in the pasta is just eggs and flour. That's all.
Wow.
No other ingredients in it.
Could you show us the machines and step by step of how you make it?
Yes, I can show you the machines. The first thing that we do is have people standing over here that break the eggs, because and they break the eggs and they have flour here, and they measure the eggs and the flour, and then they put it in this. Can I get up? In this mixer. They have this table here, and there's two people usually that break the eggs. One standing on this side and one on this side. And they break the eggs and they put them over there on that table. And then people measure the flour. And then people measure the flour here at the end of this table. And then they dump one thing of eggs and one of flour in that mixer over there. This is where they set it for the boys that are standing here to make the pasta, because there's some people that break the eggs, some people that weigh the flour, some people that mix the pasta. There's a lot of people back here when we do it. And then over here, they just pick it up and they put it in this mixer. And they turn it on low to start it. It is plugged right now. And then this thing goes around and mixes it down there in that pan. And then when they get it mixed up good, then they put it over there for us to start with the other machine. They put the eggs and the flour in the pan, and they have to roll this up so that this will be down there so they can mix it. And then they turn this on, and it mixes the eggs and the flour together. And when it's all mixed together, it forms a ball. And then they take it out of there, and they put it over on the counter. And that's where we pick it up over there and start with the machines. And I'll show you those machines if you'd like to see them.
I have a question.
All right.
When you mix it up, how full does it get?
How full does this pan get?
Yeah.
Not very. Maybe half full. Yeah, maybe down here, maybe half full. But no, it doesn't get terribly full, because if you put a lot of flour in it, when you start that thing, it sprays flour all over, so you end up having it all over the floor. So they put less flour in it so that it...
How much flour?
Oh, I think at the time about 14 pounds.
Wow.
About 14 pounds of flour at a time.
And then how many eggs? How many eggs?
Two and a half dozen. 60 eggs. Is it 60? 60 eggs, I guess, with 14 pounds of flour.
That's a huge number for all those tiny eggs.
Yeah, well, when we make spaghetti, when we make pasta for the Grape Festival, we use 27 cases of eggs.
Wow.
We made This year, about 2,900 pounds of spaghetti.
Whoa.
So then when we're through here, then we take it out and we go out to the other machines out there. Okay, now this is the first machine that we use, and they take it and cut it in smaller pieces, and they put it in here, and it rolls it and it comes out here. And then they fold it over, and when they're through here, it comes out in strips about so long, but it's pretty thick. See, and then they put it at the end of the table, and then other people pick it up at the end of the table, and we use this machine here, and this is the roller. So we put it through these rollers, and we put it through here a number of times until we get it fairly thin, and it's rolled out in a strip about this wide, about as wide as this machine, but it's very long. And so as it's pulled out, it's laid along the table, and when we get it all rolled out, then they cut it in smaller pieces so that it can be cut into the noodles and into the size noodles that we want, because we don't want them, you know, a football field long. So they cut them in pieces, and then we take it to this machine.
You just dunk everything in there, or?
No, we see this, and see these rollers here. See, we take the pieces and we roll it through, and as we roll it through, we squeeze this down so that it gets thinner and thinner. See, and when we get the spaghetti as thin as we want it, it'll usually be about this wide, but it'll be very long. So we've got it on a table like that one over there. And we'll take it from here, and they'll pull it to the end of the table, and then they cut it off, and then they take some more and pull it to the end of the table again. And when we're through, then they cut it in pieces, and then we go over to this machine. And this is the machine then that they take each piece that we cut, and they put it through here to cut the noodles to make the little pasta. See, and that's what this machine does. This machine cuts it into the little bitty strips, you know, that's pasta. And when we get it cut here, then we have things out here that racks that we take it and hang it on the rack. Okay, then after it gets rolled out, then we put it through here, and somebody is on this side to catch the noodles, and they take it out to the racks, and they lay it over a stick, and we let it dry. We let it dry until the next day sometime, and then we put it away for the Grape Festival. Yeah, we work 4 days making spaghetti. 4 different days to make all of it. 4 days making spaghetti, and then we work another 4 days, another 8 days really, putting it away, just bagging it up and weighing it, put it in bound bags to sell it out there. So we work basically 2 full weeks making the pasta for the Grape Festival. Yes. We usually make the pasta for the spaghetti 2 weeks in July, and then we put it away Grape Festival, part of it we sell outside in the bazaar stand, and we sell it dry that the people can buy it and take it home and cook it. And then the rest of it we cook back here in the kitchen, and that gets served out here in this room out here. And we fed about 7,000 this year. Now, we fed about 7,000 people in the 3 days this year, because we only serve the dinners on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Well, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday is the main part of the Grape Festival. But on Tuesday and Wednesday night, they have the carnival runs, and they have what they call armband night. And they can buy armbands, and they can ride any ride that night just because they have an armband. But the Grape Festival itself is Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. It was created many, many years ago. The first Grape Festival that they ever had here was a Grape Festival shortly after they settled the town of Tontitown. And it started as a picnic for the people who lived here. And they had a celebration, you know, in the park, and everybody came, and at that particular time, people would cook pasta at home and bring it, you know, for everybody to eat. And that's how it started. And then as it went on, then people started saying, you know, you really ought to make that to sell, because a lot of people would come and eat it if you did. And so that's how it started. They've been doing this for many, many years. Many years selling it. I mean, this last year was the 111th Grape Festival. So it's been going on for a lot of years.
Do you know how, like, was that the whole thing how it started, the Grape Festival, or that was just another?
No, that's really how it started. It started as a picnic, just for the people who lived in the town, and they were celebrating their first harvest, you know, after they moved here, and it was in thanksgiving to God for getting them here, and you know, having a harvest and keeping them well, and that's what it started as. And it has just grown from that to what it is today. And it's still a Thanksgiving. It's still a Thanksgiving for what we have, and you know, how the good Lord has taken care of us, because He has. And so that's what it's all about still.
How many years have you been doing the Grape Festival?
Oh gosh, I don't know, 60 at least. Yeah, at least. Because here you start waiting tables, or you know, helping in the dining room, or doing those kind of things when you're very young. Because they work from the time they're in, I don't know, 3rd grade, I'd say, and that's when I started. And when I was a girl growing up, we worked all 3 nights of the Grape Festival in here, serving dinners, and, you know, that kind of thing. But now we have enough that they don't have to work all 3 nights, but they kind of divide it up. But I did. And since then, you know, after that, then as you grow up, then they move you somewhere else. And then when you grow up, you're old enough to make, you know, then you start helping make spaghetti. And then when you learn how, as you get older, and that's what happens. The younger ones eventually take over because the old ones get too old to do it.
What advice would you advise someone would like to make pasta from scratch.
For themselves?
Yeah.
You don't know enough for themselves? Oh gosh, I don't know, because it's if you're gonna make just a little bit for yourself, you can buy these machines that have the rollers and the cutters on them, but you have to crank them by hand. And I would suggest that they have one of these, you know, if they're just going to make a little bit by themselves, but they'll have to turn it by hand. But I think they would almost have to have one of these, I think, to do it.
Are there other recipes you would like to give us?
Healthy recipes? No, not really.
With a program called What's Up America. Today I am in Town, Arkansas, with a guest here. We're gonna do Town pasta makers. And would you tell us your name and a little bit about yourself?
My name is Francis Franco, and I was born and raised here in Town, and I've been working at the Grape Festival since I was a teenager, and I've helped them make the pasta for the Grape Festival.
What made you get involved of making the pasta in Town?
Well, I started getting involved in the Grape Festival way back when I was a young girl, and you get involved in one thing, and as you grow up, they move you to something else, and eventually you end up making pasta.
I thought it would be much cheaper to go to the store and buy it than just making it from scratch.
It probably would be, but and it would be a lot less work, but it isn't as good. It's not as good as ours is, because that pasta is made from flour, semolina flour and water, and ours is made from eggs and flour, no water in it.
Can you share some of your ingredients or that you want to give us?
Well, the pasta, the only ingredients are eggs and flour. That's all, no more.
Wow.
Nothing else.
Could you show us some of the machines that you use?
Sure, I can show you that. Okay, here we start with the breaking of the eggs, and we usually have two people, one on this side of the table and one on that. And they break the eggs here, and they put them in a pan, and then they put the pan over on the other table. Here at the end of the table, they have the people weighing the flour. They have a scale here, and they put the pan on top of the scale, and they weigh the flour. They put about 14 pounds in it, and they set it over there. And then because we have other boys, young men, making the pasta and running this machine. Okay, so this machine is where they mix the pasta. They put the eggs and the flour in this pan, and they turn this on, and this turns until all the eggs and the flour are mixed up, and it comes out in a ball like this. And when it comes out in a ball like this, then they take it and they put it on the counter over there. Then they put it over here on this counter right here. And then from here, they take it and then they start it running through these machines. Now, if you'll come out there with me, I'll show you something about these machines.
How much eggs do you use?
We use 60 eggs to 14 pounds of flour. And for the Grape Festival this year, we used 27 cases of eggs. And we made about 2,900 pounds of pasta.
How much people did you serve?
We served about 7,000 people this year in 3 nights.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it was very good. Yeah, we had a very good year this year. Now, if you'll come out here with me, I'll show you these. Now, when we get the pasta from there, it comes to this machine first, and they cut it from a big ball into slices, and they put it through here, and it comes out here, and then they fold it over, and they work it quite a few times and put it through here. And when they're finished with it, then they have a piece of pasta that is about this long and maybe this wide, but it's thick. And so they put it at the end of their table, and from there we pick it up from there and we take it to these machines, and these machines roll it out flat. See, when you start, this is open wide, and as you roll it flatter and flatter, you turn this, and so it gets thinner and thinner. And when you get as thin as you want it, this is sitting at the edge of a long table. When you get it as thin as you want it, then you roll it out, and they spread it along the edge of the table, and then they'll cut it off here by the machine and take some more and put it on top until they get all this piece out.
So do you cut it when you get it from there, or you just put the whole thing in there, little piece?
Well, we put the whole piece in there, and it just runs through, it just keeps running through, and as it comes out, then we cut it. And then when we get it all laid out on the table, then they cut it in 3 pieces. And when they cut it like that, then they send it to this machine over here. And this machine is...
What's this here?
Well, this is the motor for this rolling machine. That's so we don't have to turn it by hand. It's electric, and we plug it in, and it rolls. We don't have to turn it by hand, but it's an electric machine. That's what this is. This is the motor for it. And then when we get it all rolled out flat like we want it and cut in pieces, then we take it to this machine. And this machine is also electric. We plug it in, and when they turn it on, it just keeps rolling.
So this is the same as that one over there?
No, because this makes wide strips, long strips. This one cuts it into little bitty pieces like the pasta that you eat. And when it comes through this machine, then they have people on the other side catching it, and they lay it over a stick, and they let it dry on the racks that we have, that we put in here. And when we're through making spaghetti in that day, this hall is just about full of racks of spaghetti. And we let it hang until part of it we take off the next morning, and part of it we let dry on tables until, like if we make on Monday, until Wednesday. And then we put it in bags, and that's the one that we sell for the Grape Festival.
Do they have to cook it themselves at home, or do you cook it for them?
No, when they buy it out there, they buy it dry and they cook it at home. When we put it away here, we put it away until the Grape Festival. And then at the Grape Festival, then they take it out of the boxes that we had put it in, and they cook it back there, and we serve it out here. Because the nights of the Grape Festival, then this hall is full of tables and chairs, and this is where they sit to eat.
How old do you have to be to work here?
Oh, you don't have to be very old. You don't have to be very old at all, because this year, even making spaghetti, we had we had fairly, I don't know what the youngest was we had, 4th grade, see, 4th grade. And, you know, they can help carry, you know, different things, or they don't really work these rollers because they're a little young for that. But they do help. They, you know, they get things for us and they do that kind of stuff. So you don't have to be very old. They start you working here pretty young.
Well, what advice would you give somebody if they wanted to make pasta at home?
Well, if they want to make it at home, you can buy these machines that have the rollers. They have a roller and a cutter on the machines, but they're not electric. You have to turn them by hand. But if somebody really wanted to make it at home, I think probably they should have, probably have a roller and a cutter to. I would think it would be pretty hard for them to do it with. People used to. My mother used to do it with a rolling pin and cutting it with a knife, but I've never been very good at that, and I don't know of anybody that is anymore. So they probably have to have a machine of some sort to make it.
Are there any help that you want to recipes?
No, not really. I don't really have any healthy recipes. They're all pretty rich, I think.
What's the history of the Grape Festival? Like, how did it start?
Well, the Grape Festival really started many, many years ago, right after the settlers came to Town. And the year that they had their first crop. And it started as really a picnic just for the people who lived here, because they had had a good crop and they had a picnic and they had mass to thank God for bringing them here and for getting them through the winter and having a crop, and you know, and that's how it started out. It started out as a picnic just in Thanksgiving, and from that it has grown to what it is today. And they started because when they had the picnic, people would cook their pasta at home and bring it up to the picnic for, you know, to share with everybody else. And as it went along, then people started saying, you really should sell it to eat, you know, for other people to eat, because they would like it. And they did, and that's really how it started. You know, so as today, we serve like 7,000 people this year, and we made spaghetti 4 days, and it, you know, with a lot of people here, so it takes a lot of time. We work 2 weeks total making the spaghetti and putting it away and all of that stuff. But we work two full weeks with the spaghetti.
That's a pretty long time to make spaghetti.
Yeah, it is.
If somebody wants to make spaghetti at home, what would you advise them to do?
Well, they're going to have to get a machine, I think, because I couldn't do it, and I don't know that anybody else could. They used to take the spaghetti dough. My mother did, and my grandmother did, and they'd roll it out with a rolling pin, and then they'd roll it up, you know, and then cut it with a knife. But I've never been able to do that, and I don't think anybody else can do it today. So I think they probably would have to have a machine like this, but they'll have to turn it rather than have it electric.
Are there any other help advice or recipes?
No, I don't have any. I don't have any healthy recipes around. I guess they're all pretty rich.
Thank you for coming on my show and giving us your time. Thank you for watching, and
Okay. You're very welcome.